Hi everyone, welcome to the presentation for Studio 16. This is another housing focused studio. Like previous semesters, we're looking at ideas of residential design, of dwelling and the particulars of habitation. This semester it's a collaborative studio. We're teaming up with the guys at Near Metro and offering you this fantastic project. So NeuroHouse Studio gives you guys the opportunity to work on a single residential project on this fantastic site down in Rye on the Mornington Peninsula. This is a live brief established by Jeff Pravan and the team at Near Metro. So the title of this studio comes from the Aboriginal dialect of the Dharawal people, and it means place. And this is going to be really the underpinning driver for this studio, this idea of place and context, and thinking about how we can start designing a house that fits within its context and fits within the environment that it sits in. To give a bit of background of the studio, the idea is this, in recent times we've seen our city really grow and swell. There's been a huge influx of people coming into Melbourne, and it's had one of the highest population growths in Australia. There's about 5.5 million people living within the city limits, and it ranks as one of the most densely populated cities within Australia. Meanwhile, we've had this pandemic hit us, and people are really starting to reassess what they value in their life and thinking about how they live and how they work and what type of lifestyle they want to lead. ABS data has actually shown that there's been a migration to regional Australia, and it's at the highest levels since records began, which is pretty amazing. So it's within this context of people fed up with the city, fed up with city life, and looking for other living options that Studio 16 and Neuro will be working within. So the students of NeuroHouse are going to be allocated one of 6 lots, 6 land lots. They range in size from around 4,000 to 5,000 square meters. And it's going to be the backdrop for this single high-end residential house that's going to capture your ideas on what it means to live within this coastal context of the site. Like I said, we'll be working with Near Metro. Near Metro is a fantastic design-focused development company. They were established in the mid-80s and have produced some really great projects around Melbourne and Victoria, some mid-density and some high-density projects around the city. And they've really developed relationships with architects, builders and consultants to establish these fantastic projects. They also produce the web-based journal, Open Journal, and they have some great articles on architecture, the arts and creative businesses in general. So Near Metro and Jeff have actually engaged a series of really great architects already. These include Edition Office, Mar Architects, Robert Simeone, Woolveridge Architects, and excitingly IS Mateus from Portugal. And they've already had a look at the brief and prepared some proposals for the site. And hopefully throughout the semester we're going to engage with these architects, we'll hear about their processes and have them review and critique your work. So the site's located about an hour and a half south of Melbourne City. It's right on the southern coast of the peninsula and of Victoria, and right around Blairgowrie and Rye is this site. It sits right on the beach, and like I said, it's been subdivided into around 6 different lots, with an extra lot being reserved for protection and fostering the native vegetation of the coastal landscape there. So the studio itself. What we like to do in the first stages of the studio is spend a couple of weeks really collecting data and really thinking about the project. We're going to ask what you think is a house, what's important in a house, and really thinking about what things you value in the way people live and what you think is important in a dwelling. You're going to go through, collect the information from site, establish your client brief and your client narrative, and synthesize all this data to develop a really strong strategy and theoretical standpoint to move forward with into the semester. From there, we'll go into the phases up to the mid-semester, where you'll take the ideas developed in your brief and start combining them with some alternative design drivers. Things like the place, the repetitions of daily life, the cultural traditions and atmospheres that you want to create. We'll go through exercises around the body in space and think about how we start relating to objects around us, and combine all these things to start developing some small-scale interior design details that capture some rituals of daily living. So that's what you'll be presenting right up to mid-semester. We'll then go on to use all those things as a platform to launch off into your proposal for your Neura house. And that's where you'll get to combine all the thinking, design thinking. You'll combine the designs for your rituals and put them into practice for your proposal for the Neura house. So this is a super exciting brief. I'm really looking forward to teaming up with the guys at Neo Metro and all those fantastic architects. For you, it's a great opportunity to start thinking about some high-end residential design and interior design detailing. But more importantly, I think it's a great opportunity to work on a real-world project and get some exposure to some leading consultants and architects in the industry, which is so important in these final stages of your degree. So it's an online studio. You can zoom in from anywhere around the world. They'll be held on Tuesday and Thursday evenings. I think that's it. So good luck with your semester. Good luck with your balloting. If you've got any questions, feel free to email me. Otherwise, we'll see you around. Thanks.